The Queen's younger cousin the Duke of Kent will release his own autobiography the same year Prince Harry's memoir is released. First cousin and close confidant of the Queen, Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, is to publish a book celebrating the royal family next year, ahead of Her Majesty's Diamond Jubilee celebrations. The book will be released before Prince Harry's highly anticipated accurate and wholly truthful memoir documenting his struggles during his time as a royal. The close bond between the Queen and the Duke of Kent is clear. She was present at his christening at Buckingham Palace and, over 8 decades on, he was by her side when she faced her first birthday parade alone after Prince Philip's death. Edward carries out engagements on behalf of the Queen and is involved with over 140 charities and organizations. Writing on the Daily Mail, Richard Kay said, "So the news that the Duke is writing his memoirs in which, we are promised, he will be telling the inside story behind the scenes of the world's most celebrated family, is remarkable. Due to be published next May, its timing is significant. Not only will it appear just ahead of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, it will also beat the arrival of another royal book, the tell-all autobiography of Prince Harry. The two books, however, are likely to reflect a very different version of events. The Duke's story will be in the form of recollections and never-before-seen pictures. He is a skilled amateur photographer, of a lifetime working for the Queen without fanfare to support her public role. The contrast with the volume being penned by Harry, who is brimming with anger and hurt at how his exit from the royal institution was handled, could not be starker. Edward's book, says a figure close to the Duke pointedly, will aim to show that the most successful members of the royal family are those who support the Queen and don't compete with her. According to the publisher's blurb, Steady Eddie, as the Duke is affectionately known within the family, has been involved in all key royal events in his lifetime. He is the grandson of George V and Queen Mary, and the nephew of the Queen's father King George VI. Through his mother, Princess Marina, the Duke is a cousin of Prince Philip, while his father Prince George was the younger brother of the exiled Duke of Windsor. It is understood the Duke will focus on the most important moments and themes of the Queen's life and 70-year reign, in his book while featuring never-before-seen photos from his own collection. The book, titled A Royal Life, will be based on his conversations held with royal historian and biographer Hugo Vickers. One figure close to the royal told the Mail Online it will aim to show that the most successful members of the royal family are those who support the Queen and don't compete with her. The book will include a full portrait of both the Duke's formidable mother as well as his childhood recollections of his handsome father who was killed in a flying boat accident in 1942. The loss of Prince George was one of the highest-profile fatalities of World War II. No royal prince had given his life in defense of his country for 500 years. He was a hugely popular figure, glamorous, debonair and sexy. At the time of the abdication, 6 years earlier, it was thought in court circles that he might succeed to the throne in preference to his elder brother Bertie, George VI. Princess Marina, granddaughter of the King of Greece, had borne him 2 sons and a daughter, and many favored a male line of succession which Bertie, with only 2 daughters, could not provide. Rumors about the air crash and the prince's death have continued to this day. One theory has it that George had a lover on board at the time of the accident. Another equally persistent story concerns claims that Prince George had fathered another son out of wedlock. This may, of course, be just the kind of scuttlebutt the Duke of Kent can safely ignore. But if he wishes to pay proper tribute to his parents, he may have to address such sensitive issues. It is understood the Queen is aware of the project, which suggests the monarch has given her permission. These days the Duke is best known for his appearances at the Wimbledon tennis finals, but he has helped the Queen in so many other vital areas. For 25 years until 2001 he was overseas trade ambassador, a role then disastrously handed to Prince Andrew, and as president of the Commonwealth War Graves Commission since 1970, he has visited cemeteries to the fallen all over the world. It is understood that the Queen is aware of the book, which can only mean she has given her permission. According to a source, any money paid to the Duke for his contribution will be donated to charity. It could be a windfall. The Duke's book may just turn out to be a bestseller. Meanwhile, Harry was said to have blindsided the royal family when he announced the release of his memoir earlier this year, triggering what was labeled a tsunami of fear in Buckingham Palace. A spokesman for Harry said at the time he had told his family, including the Queen, about the book very recently. Announcing the news for the book, Harry made a statement saying, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to share what I've learned over the course of my life so far and excited for people to read a first-hand account of my life that's accurate and wholly truthful. Penguin Random House said at the time, Prince Harry will share, for the very first time, the definitive account of the experiences, adventures, losses, and life lessons that have helped shape him. The Duke of Kent has been married to Catherine Worsley since 1961. Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, and Edward share 3 children, George, Earl of St Andrews, Lady Helen Taylor, and Lord Nicholas Windsor. The Duke and Duchess of Kent live at Wren House. Queen's father King George VI. Through his mother, Princess Marina, the Duke is a cousin of Prince Philip, while his father Prince George was the younger brother of the exiled Duke of Windsor. It is understood the Duke will focus on the most important moments and themes of the Queen's life and 70-year reign, in his book while featuring never-before-seen photos from his own collection. The book, titled A Royal Life, will be based on his conversations held with royal historian and biographer Hugo Vickers. One figure close to the royal told the Mail Online it will aim to show that the most successful members of the royal family are those who support the Queen and don't compete with her. The book will include a full portrait of both the Duke's formidable mother as well as his childhood recollections of his handsome father who was killed in a flying boat accident in 1942.